So hi guys, welcome in this video, and in today's tutorial I will try to build a profitable expert advisor based on two indicators, and uh, those will be the moving average and the RSI. The idea behind this expert advisor is going to be very simple. We'll just need two indicators, and right now on this chart I will show you the logic behind this expert advisor. So the first what we need is the moving average. Let's set the period, for example, to 150. You can see it here. And the second indicator we need is the RSI, relative strength index, and that's right here. Let's set that to 40. Okay, and so what I will be trying to code today is this. There will be two conditions for our expert advisor in order to open a position. The first one is that we have to trade with or against the trend, and the second one is that we have to have a confirmation of the entry signal on the RSI indicator. So for example, if I want to trade with the trend and I only want to open buy positions in this case, then I am looking for two things. The first thing is that the price has to be above the moving average, and the second condition is that the price on the RSI indicator or the RSI value has to create a spike like this. With that I mean that it has to go below, for example, this 30 level, and then above the 30 level, and on this point we want to enter. This expert advisor is going to have like two modes you can use it in. The first one is, as I said, with the trend. So we have to have trend and signal in the same direction. And the second mode that you can use the expert advisor is in counter trend mode. That means that we have, for example, bullish trend right here, but we are waiting for selling signals from the RSI indicator and vice versa. Okay, so I hope it's clear, or the idea of the expert advisor is clear to you, and if not, just follow along the coding part and I am sure that it won't be anything difficult. Okay, so I've opened my MT5 editor right here, and I'll go to experts. I'm just gonna search for my YouTube folder right here, and I'm create a new folder. Let's say indicator experts. So, and in this folder I will create a new file of expert advisor type, and let's call it MA and RSI EA. Okay, so this is what we need, and now we have to deal with this parameters window, and we'll need like two parameters initially. As I go further in this tutorial, I will add more input parameters, but right now we just need two, and the first one is MA period, so the period for moving average, and the second one is RSI period, so the period for RSI indicator. And yeah, that's it. So this is how our expert advisor code looks right now, and let's add some things. First of all, as I will open positions in this expert advisor, as I go further, I want to include the trade class of MQL5, which allows me to open all sorts of positions right now, so I don't have to import it later, and I will create a class or an object called trade that I will be using for opening buy and sell positions. The next thing I have to do is, because I will be importing moving average indicator and RSI indicator, I have to create handles for these indicators. So MA handle and also RSI handle. This is it, and yeah, let's move on to this on init function. So on init function, I want to assign values to the handles. So MA handle is equal to now the moving average indicator on the current symbol, current period. Now it wants the moving average period, which is going to be the input value. Shift is equal to 0, mode, let's go with simple moving average, and price close. And now I will assign value to RSI handle as well, the same way. So RSI indicator, current symbol, current period, RSI period, and price close. Okay, so this is good. This looks good. So let's move down here. Above this on tick function, where I will initialize or create and initialize arrays for storing moving average values and RSI values. So let's do that. So MA array and RSI array. So these arrays will be for storing the values. So yeah, let's go. So on this on tick function, this is like the main function that runs on every single new tick. So during a candle, for example, this function is called multiple times. So we have to think about that when typing a code in here in order to make it as efficient as possible. So for example, let's start with the okay, so the first function, what we want to do is to load indicator values. I will type all of these parts of code into functions in order to create the code as clean as possible, and that it's easy to rewrite if I have to. So for loading or for getting the indicator values, we need to use something called copy buffer. The first parameter is the handle, so in this case we are getting the moving average values. The buffer number is going to be 0, position 0, and we only need one value in order to determine the trend. And double array, we want to store the moving average value into moving average array. Let's do the same thing for the RSI value, and it's going to be RSI handle buffer number 0, 0. But with RSI indicator, we are going to need two values, so two consecutive values, because if we want to catch this peak right here, or if we want to catch the RSI value stepping over our level, we need to know the previous value. So our condition is going to look like something: if previous RSI value is equal to 29 and our current RSI value is equal to 31 or 30, then we want to open a buy position. So for that we need two values. So let's go back and let's store this into RSI array. And I will add one more thing, and it's going to be this starting last bar equals 0. Sorry, symbol here current. So this is really simple piece of code right here, but I will explain what it does. Basically, because this function is going to run on each tick, and we don't want to get the indicator values on each tick, but we want to get them on each new bar. So for example, this is for avoiding the fake out. The fake out is going to be let's pretend. Okay, so as we are starting this candlestick, in the duration of this candlestick, so for example at our high, this RSI value went up, went above the 30 level. So in this case we would be opening a buy position, but before closing this candlestick the price went down, and therefore the price or the value of RSI went below the 30 level. So we would have a fake out because we didn't wait for the candlestick to finish or to complete. And for this purpose we want to get the values of now our indicators only at a new bar or a new price. So this is what this piece of code does. Okay, and this is our function. So let's call load indicator values on this on tick function, and we can move on. Now I will create two static variables. So the first one is static integer trend equals to 0. So this is the variable for storing the overall trend. And also I want to create two variables, but okay, so let's go static, or not static, boolean buy signal equals false and sell signal equals false. So these variables will be for spotting the buy signals from RSI indicator and sell signals from the RSI indicator. Okay, so let's move on. The trend variable is going to be very simple, so just call trend, and now let's make our condition. So if I close, so if the current close price of symbol period current, and let's shift 1, is larger than moving average array at position 0, so if our close value is above the moving average, we want to assign 1 as a trend value, and 1 is going to represent the up market or the bullish market, and in the other case it's going to be 2, and that represents the bearish market. Okay, so this is it, and now we will do the same thing for buy signal, but this is going to be a little bit different. So if RSI array at position 1, so this is our current array, is larger than 0, and at the same time RSI array 0 is lower than 0, then we will assign true, and in any other case we want to assign false. So that's it, and I will copy this, paste it here, and do the same thing for the sell signal. I'll just create the change these levels and these signs like this, and yeah, that's it. So we have our trend uh, trend variable with values in it. We have our buy signal and sell signal. So now what we can do is to create an if statement, and let's type some code in here. So if trend equals to 0 and buy signal, so let's open buy position, and else if trend equals to 2, so bearish, and sell signal, then open sell position. Okay, so this is our very simple if else statement, and now let's make it more complex and adjustable for the user. So I will go back here to our inputs part, and let's create new input. So the first one is buy level, let's set it to 30, and the second one is sell level, let's set it to 70. So now I want the user to be able to declare what level is the buying level and what level is the selling level. So I will replace these. So that's that. And I also want the user to be able to declare if he wants to trade with the trend or against the trend. So for this I will create new enum. Let's say strategies. The first one is with the trend, the second one is against the trend. Okay, and now the next step is to create an input variable from these. So input strategies strategy, and let's set the initial strategy with the trend. And yes, so now if we go back here, we have to adjust these conditions, because for example in this case we want to open a buy position if the trend is equal to 1 and there's a buy signal, only in a case that the strategy is equal to with the trend. Okay, so this is our first condition, and the second condition is going to be if the trend is equal to 2 and buy signal and strategy equals to against the trend. So this is our second condition for opening buy positions, as you can see, because this is with the trend, so we are looking for the trend, buy position, and with the trend. And the second option is that we are in a bullish market, so trend equal to 2, and but we receive buy signal and we want to go against the trend. So this would be, for example, this case right here. We are below the moving average, but we are receiving this peak right here. So that's the entry signal for against the trend trading. And you will do the same thing right here. And strategy equals with the trend, or trend equals to 1 and sell signal and strategy equals to against the trend. Okay, looks nice. Now let's move on to the part where I will be opening the positions, and in order to do this I will always need ask and bid price. So I declared two variables on this global scope, and I will assign values to this right here. So in symbol for double, symbol ask, and I will do the same thing for the bid price. Symbol for double, symbol bid price. Okay, so we have this, and now I can use it for opening the buy position and sell position. So buy positions volume, let's set it to 0.01. Current symbol price, let's go with ask price. Stop loss is going to be, let's set any stop loss for now, so just so we can check if the code is working as it should. So minus 500 points, for example, plus 100 points. Let's go with this, and now I will copy this here and open the sell position, which is almost the same. So bid plus, bid minus, and I'll just also add a comment, say buy, and the comment sell. Okay, so this is it. I will add one more condition. If positions total, this positions total condition just means that we don't want to open multiple positions at once. So we we always want to wait for our current position to close in order to open a new one. And I think this looks pretty good, so I will go back here to the strategy tester and we can test it out. So this is not YouTube indicator expert this. So let's for example run it on this 15 minutes time frame. So the moving average period, let's set to 200, RSI to 6, buy level, sell level, we can leave it as it is, and strategy with the trend. Let's enable the visual mode, and let's see how this indicator or this advisor performs. Okay, and so we are having some positions right here, so we can check them out. Let's do that. Okay, so as you can see with the strategy tester, these trend lines are not that accurate, but here we opened the sell position at this point right here, so we went down and then we closed in a loss of 500 points, as you can see, and at this point we opened the buy position, and yeah, we had a profitable position. The same thing here, we are opening at this point, and yeah, so far this looks pretty good, I think, because it's opening the positions as it should be opening them, or at the places it should be opening them. Okay, so now let's check two things. What happens if we change these parameters to 40 and 60, for example? So if I change it, okay, so now we are receiving a sell position right here, and that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, it runs, and now let's check some positions. So this is the first position, next position, yeah, and it looks pretty good. Okay, so, and in other case, yeah, okay, so this works as it should be working. And now let's set the initial values, and now let's go against the trend and see how this expert advisor performs. Now I will slow it down a bit so we can hopefully catch some positions right here. Okay, it seems like there is some issue with my code, so I will check it in a moment, but you can see that we have entered our position right here, which seems right, and we are going against the trend, so that's perfect. But we should also enter a sell position, for example, at this point, because yeah, so let's check it in my code where the issue would be. Okay, so let's set this to 0. I array. Okay, let's now I'm just going to check all different cases of this. Maybe, just maybe, it could be because of this. Let's see. So is it because of that, or is it we are going, let's go with the trend, and you'll see, so with the trend. Okay, let's see. Okay, so no positions, still no positions. We should be entering at this point right here. So this is pretty strange for me to see this. So I think we had these were all right, I would say. And now where is the issue? Let's try to disable this piece of code. Just let's try it. Maybe that's the reason why it doesn't work as it should be working. So now we are, yeah, and now it works. So we have found the issue, and yeah, so I just had to disable that we will get new values only on new candles, and now I receive them on a new tick, and that's what you want, because at this point we are having our peak right here, and yeah, this looks as it should be. Yeah, this is perfect. So this is far better, because now it runs on the right condition. Okay, so that's that for our main piece of code. Now let's add some input variables as well to make it even better. So let's go input double take profit points. Let's set this to 100 and input double stop loss points. Let's set it to 500, and let's change these values by these variables, and stop loss points. Okay, so now what we can also do is to go back here and change the take profit and stop loss points. So let's do something like this, for example, which is going to be pretty crazy, but yeah, why not? So when we are entering a new position, you can see, okay, sorry, did I compile this? I think I did, but it plus the profit points. This seems right to me. Yeah, sorry, I typed 100 there, but I wanted 1000. So, and now you can see it. So stop loss is for 1000 points, and take profit is down here. Same thing here. Okay, so this is how this works. I'll just check how far we are in. Okay, so I can continue for a bit more. So this is our main idea, and I will also add some risk management functions, and in this case it's going to be, sorry, break even. I hope you all know what break even does. If you don't, then it basically secures your profit once you are in a profit. So once your position runs into a profit, the break even moves your stop loss on the opening price or a few points in the profit in order to secure at least some profit in case the price reverts against you. So let's do it. So input double break even activation points. So this is how many points in a profit we have to be in order to activate the break even function, and then we will do break even move points. So how many points in a profit we want the stop loss to be moved. And let's create our break even function. This is very simple. So first thing is to loop through all of the open positions. Sorry. Counts total better equals plus, and the first one is to get a ticket. Position get ticket x. The next thing is to get all the necessary details about the position we are currently dealing with. So the first one is open price. So position open, that's going to be open. Position current price, and it's going to be like this. Then we want to check the position, take profit. It's going to be the same thing. Take profit, next position, stop loss, and then I need to get the position type, so whether it's buy or sell, and that's going to be integer, and I think that we are okay. I will also declare a variable called distance, which is going to measure like how many points we are in a profit in order to determine whether we should move the stop loss or not. And let's go. So if position, just 1 second, I'm gonna check on my turtle. Yeah, so great, so I'm back. So if position type is equal to position type by, then we want to do something like this. Firstly, we need to receive the distance. So distance is equal to position current minus position open, and divided by the point variable. So we receive this this distance in points, and we can compare them. And if distance is larger than break-even activation points, and also position stop loss is below the position open price. Therefore we haven't modified this position yet. Then we want to position modify with a ticket. Stop loss is going to be position open price plus break even move points multiplied by the point variable, and the take profit can stay the same. So that's it. And I will copy this piece of code, copy this, type else if statement, and for the cell is going to be a little bit different because now we are going from position open to position current, and this stays the same, and we want the position stop loss to be larger than the open price of the position, and we also want to do something like this. And yeah, that's it. So now we can go here down below our opening positions code, and let's call the break even function. So now if I go back here, I can forgot one thing. If use break even, so I can choose right here whether I want to use the break even function or not. So if I choose not to use the break even function and I click on start, the break function won't be activated, and as you can see we are not moving any stop loss here, and we are getting the profit of 250 points as we declared right here. But if I set this condition to true, so I want to use the break even function, and I for example set the break even points to 100, I increase the take profit points and break even move points, I can leave them like this at 25. You can see that we will be moving the stop loss into a profit. Not yet, right here. So we have reached 100 points in a profit, or how many points we have here? Yeah, 100 points, and we moved stop loss 25 points into profit as well. So now if the price reverts against us, we still cash in those 25 points, which is great. So let's see if that happens or not. Yeah, and that happens. So we initially thought that the price is going to go down 500 points, and it did only to 270, and we secured at least 25 points by moving the stop loss into profit. Now let's check the buy. Yeah, sorry, there was another sell position, and it ended up the same way. So now we are also in the sell position, and we'll hit the stop loss, which is okay because this is just for the testing purpose. And we are opening buy position, and as you can see we also moved the take profit into a profit, the stop loss into a profit, which is something which secures our position, and yeah, we are hitting our take profit target. Okay, so this works perfectly fine. Now there's I will leave the coding part here because of course there are many more functions we can add in order to make the expert advisor better, but that would be work for a lot of hours, and I don't have time for that in this video. So I think like this piece of code is pretty robust, and that some testing can be done on this expert advisor right now. So the next crucial step in developing EAs is that you have to optimize them and test them. How do you do that? In this strategy tester, you have something called either complete optimization or genetic optimization. I will go with the genetic version because it's faster, and for the purpose of this video I don't need to fully optimize the expert. I just want to show you how it's done. So you select your optimization method here, and then you have to go into this inputs menu. And what is the optimization of the code? So as you can see, we have different input parameters right here. So if I, for example, want, I can set the moving average period to 150 and RSI period to something like 16. That's completely up to me. And I think it makes sense to say that with different with different settings, you will receive completely different results. So what are the best settings for this EA? If you are doing something like this on your own without a machine, it would take you forever to figure out what settings are the best ones. Hope yeah, so that's why we need a machine to do this optimization process for us instead. So what I'm going to do right now is to click on this moving average period box, and here you can see that I can select start, step and stop variables or values. And what this basically does is that we start on our start value. So for example, if I type 20, then we go and each time we run it, we run the optimization, we increase this value by 5 or by the step value. So if I enter 5 here, we go like 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and so on until we reach this stop value. So for example 500. So now we test this expert advisor with all of these different moving average periods, and that's what is the optimization. And as you can see, if we want to start on 20, increase by 5 and stop at 500, it gives us total of 97 different combinations, which is not that much. But if you are doing this on your own from the chart, so you backtest it like by viewing the chart and going back, it would take you a lot of time, and we are just starting here. So let's run our first optimization. Let's say that we want to optimize our core code for only last 2 years, so it doesn't take much time. So we are all set up and just click on the start, and here you can see our results. None of them were profitable, for probably because I chose too high take profit and too high stop loss, and yeah, all of these settings are not optimized right here. So in order to receive the best results possible with this expert advisor, I will optimize all of these settings. So let's go with the RSI. So with the RSI, we want to start at 4, increase by 2 and go to 16, let's say, because above this combination or above RSI of 16, we wouldn't receive much signals, so that's why only to 16. And you can check here that only by adding this one additional input to be optimized, we now have almost 700 different combinations, and that's impossible to test on your own. So this is it. By level and cell level, I will leave them as they are to 30 and 70, but we can they can be optimized as well, but now I will stick to those values. I will leave with the trend, take profit. This is going to be fun. So let's go from 50 points to increase by 50 points, go to 500 points, and stop loss, let's start at 100 points, increase by 50 points, and let's go to 1000 points. And by adding these two input parameters to be optimized as well, you can see that we have increased our number of combinations to this huge number, 129,000 different combinations. So that's quite a lot. And let's say that we want to use the break even. We want the break even to be, or do you know what? Or not, I will leave it as it is. So I will increase by 25 and I will go to 50 and move points from 10, and maximum is going to be 100. So these are our possible combinations, and if I click start, everything will be done automatically. So I press start, and you can see that we are already receiving some better results than we did before. And that's the power of optimization, because all of these results we would have to test by our on our own, but with the power of MT5 we can do it like this. And as you can see, we are receiving some very good results. So this result is like the profit factor, which is the crucial metric when it comes down to the trading optimization, and expert advisors as well. So let's grab the best result. Let's run the single test, and here you can see the chart for this test, and it looks perfect. You can see the positions right here, and you can also see the inputs that we are using. So the best was to use the input of RSI of 12, moving average period of 115, buy level, sell level, take profit of 500, stop loss of 950, and use the break even at 225 points and break even move points by 60. Okay, so these are apparently the best results. Now what you can also do is to change, for example, the currency pair. So if you want to run this on your USD, you just select Euro USD, you go to overview, click on this optimization, and just click OK or start, and now you are receiving results for the Euro USD, and as you can see, they are even better than for Euro USD yen. So yeah, if we wait a little bit more, just wait until the optimization ends. Okay, and now basically if you are seeing like this red color right here, that means that some part of the testing is not reliable. In this case it's this total traits number, because we can't say that the the expert advisor is profitable based on 15 positions. So that's not something we want to see. What we want to see is, for example, this profit factor of 226 with 73 positions, but even better is this 222 profit factor of almost 240 positions. So if I click, for example, on this, you can see that this is our chart, our graph, and this looks pretty well. The last thing I want to test out is what happens if we change the time frame. So now we were on 50 minutes time frame, and now I'm going to change it to 1 hour time frame, and let's see what happens. So we have our optimization set, our time frame. Let's click start and let's see what happens. So just wait a bit. Okay, so it doesn't look as good as the 50-minute time frame, or maybe here this looks pretty well. Let's wait. Okay, so these are our results. Now we have to find some results that are there that have this green color. So for example this, and if we run this, you can see that this is our chart, which looks good as well. Okay, so I think this is going to be an end to this expert advisor video. As you can see, I am almost recording for 1 hour, and it's nice to see that it's really simple to code like a profitable expert advisor, because with all of the talking I have done, all of those explanations, I think I could have coded this EA in like 15 minutes or so. So once you know how to code, it's really simple to create your own automated strategies. Okay, so this is it. Thank you for your attention, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.